With all the boatloads of information we got for Splatoon 3 and the Splatoon 3 Nintendo Direct, there is still lots of information that we just don't have any clue about. And of course, I think Nintendo's finally leaving it up to us to kind of explore this game and find secrets ourselves. But one of the biggest secrets of this entire game is an entire mode being the story mode. We don't know much about this at all. In fact, all we got is a small, about 45-second gameplay trailer showing off some things about the game, and it's pretty much what we expected from a story mode this time around, but there's no information on the actual story itself. We have no boss battles to go off of either, so we really don't even know who we're fighting, who are going to be the villains besides these Octarians, obviously covered in fur, but clearly they're being controlled by something or someone, and we have no clue who it is. But we might have more insight about the actual story and what's going to happen in the campaign, thanks to some people online putting up their theories, and also some more information from whatever the trailer did give us. So today we're going to go over those theories and talk about what the story mode could have in store for us, and if you guys have anything else you'd like to add, leave your comment down below. You could be chosen, and your theory could appear in another video. But without further ado, let's dive into the story of Splatoon 3. Now there's one thing that we can go off of here is kind of where this all takes place. So your main hub world or hub area looks like is going to be in this Antarctic area with the snow and this rocks covered in snow everywhere and ice. But in the background you can obviously see there is a rocket. Now I am not quite sure what this is going to be about. I don't think it's even been explained what the rocket is for, but it seems like the rocket is going to be a very important thing to the story. All we know is that the Octarian army is under some type of mind control. You can see the purple, blue, and pink goop all in their eyes and their green pupils. As you can tell, they're not themselves, and obviously having all the fur all over their body also helps. Also see this fuzzy ooze all over the, I guess, hub world that it is. It's once again hard for me to tell because we still don't know much about it, and we see you can throw little Buddy at it and he'll eat it all up and scoop it all up so that way you can get through. Of course, we don't know who is controlling this goop or if the goop itself has a mind of its own, but I feel like it's got to be someone or some new character just because of the fact that it's called Return of the Mammalians. There's a lot of mystery surrounding around this story mode, but there's one thing that we have to work off of for sure, and it leads us to our theory today, and that is the rocket. Why is there a rocket here, and why does it seem like it's part of the main hub world? Are we supposed to use this rocket eventually by the end of the game? Well, I have a theory. Now, thanks to Poofoo on YouTube and Twitter, they did point out one of the very first trailers of Splatoon showing off the campaign for the first time, showed us something very interesting. We get a moment where we actually get to see the scaffolding going all the way up, which looks to be the base of the rocket, or where the rocket engines are, and it's full of fish eggs. These are obviously power eggs that you collect through the main campaign. So my question is, are these power eggs actually fueling this rocket and getting us ready to blast off? Is that the main objective here? Another thing that I actually noticed was some pieces floating around at the end of this mission. Now at the end of the Octo expansion it'd be something similar as well to this, so this makes me wonder if maybe you finished a level and it assembles some type of structure or some type of piece of the rocket that you eventually have to bring back and help build this rocket. We also know the missions are split between two types. Regular missions like Splatoon 1 and 2's campaigns where you have to get to the end of the level and get the Zapfish, and then we have more kind of strategic missions like Octo expansion where you have to get to these weird pieces at the end of the level, obviously requiring you to do some type of specific task instead of just race to the end of the level. What if our entire task is to build this rocket for us to go into whatever is in space? Yeah, maybe we have to go stop something in space that's causing this goop to come down into the planet. The only way to stop it is of course to go to space, but to do so we have to fix our rocket up, and for one we need to power it up with power eggs and Zapfish. Of course we also need to collect the pieces of the rocket like in these Octo expansion missions. Also know from the first trailer that we're going to be spending a lot of time on the scaffolding around the rocket, so probably progressing our way up, building it and powering it up all the way to the very tippy top where we can get in and blast off. You even see the scene where it shows kind of like a newscast or like a NASA feed of the rocket getting ready to take off, so I think that might be something as well. We might have even more information from some users online. One comes in from C Senpai on Twitter that says, "This may be a stretch, but I think Splat 3 will have space/moon be a plot point." First point was the moon was added to show up during the Splatfest in Splatoon 3, which is very interesting. Maybe this is just an aesthetic thing, but this definitely could tie into the story just showing the moon and giving us a hint. Now, we also have Tartar concept shows that a spaceman also has a logo similar to NASA on him. And you can even see from the concept art on the screen yourself. Now, we also have a rocket in the background of a salmon run stage, which once again is another hint. And the fact that Nintendo had spacemen in early concept art for Splatoon in the very beginning, all the way back when Inklings looked like this. Remember when we found the sunken scrolls and more information that went over the lore of Splatoon, it did go over just the apocalypse of the world because of the high tide, and that humans were wiped out. Now, there is a chance that humans survived, and at least some of them in space. If not the humans, there's different mammals that we can definitely go over. There could be monkeys that were sent to space before the humans actually were wiped out. Or maybe the humans sent bears up there like Mr. Grizz. Shoot, maybe one of them is Gormondo for crying out loud. Now, this user, cookie_flip on Reddit, had a theory of their own, which I like a lot as well. Their theory said the trailer features rockets and a Cyrillic font. In real life, Russians sent mammals to space, like the dog. The name of the single-player mode is Return of the Mammalians, which could be read as Mammal Aliens. The mammals were sent to space, and their ancestors returned to Earth for Splatoon 3. So that's a pretty cool theory as well. So yeah, I guess technically there's a chance that we could be fighting Russian bears, or Russian dogs, or even Russian monkeys in space. But whatever it is, I'm very excited to find out when we get the game ourselves. So whoever it is that we're fighting up there, how would playing Splatoon in space work? Well, the same way Mario Galaxy did. There would just be some really cool zero-grav levels where the Inkling can float and jump higher, and even inking up, giant walls that we normally couldn't get up on is now gonna be made easier. Could you imagine? I mean, you could even have like zero gravity portions where you could run around entire little planetoids or moons and stuff while you're up there, or maybe kind of go through a space station. Remember how the end of the Octo expansion was you making your way all the way back above ground through that weird layer created by Tartar? If at the end of this game we have to maneuver through many different portions of a giant space station and make our way to the very end to find out who the main antagonist is, who is the person behind all of this, and defeat that evil Russian monkey. I seriously, for one, think that would be awesome, because the end of the Octo expansion was one of my favorite parts of a Nintendo video game ever. I love the music, I love the intensity, I love the way they handled the final boss. Everything flowed together so well, so doing this again, plus doing this in space, would be so cool. But guys, once again, let me know in the comments down below what you think about this. Do you think this theory is true? Will we actually be going into space by the end of the story mode? And what will we be doing up there? Who is the main antagonist? What is going on with the story and the fuzzy Octarians? Let me know what your opinion is down below, and you could be featured in a future video based on any theories or wacky ideas that you guys have as well. So, feed me your theories, I'm asking for them. Please make sure you leave a like and subscribe if you guys enjoyed today's video, and like always, I'll see you all on the next one. See you guys.